Hi. Okay, y'all. So I'm just.
Hey guys, we are now live on YouTube. If you guys are watching this in the replay, this was filmed live. Okay? Make sure you thumbs up this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay,
Oops.
Jenna.
Cancel. Hey.
So how you feeling today, Jenna?
I'm feeling okay.
Okay.
Now I can talk about some things over here. I think I've outgrown Facebook. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. How do I how do I take this off of my screen? Oh, I'm getting old. Babe.
Hmm?
Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, I can share this? Hold on, y'all. Let me share this out. Nope. Just gonna leave it the way it is. Alright, so let me put some lighting over here. Hold on. Okay. Alright, so what are we doing today? We are doing my hair, and we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to me. And what's that, babe?
um.
I've been out of it, y'all.
Oh gosh.
Hey. Ugh. Okay. Weight loss.
Weight loss.
Weight loss has been a struggle for me, especially after I'm getting a little older now. Weight loss used to be like a little easier than what it was. Like if I was trying, it would happen. But it's like it's not happening as quickly as I would like. And it's probably because there's some other things going on as far as stress, and I'm probably not eating as much as I should. Because people don't understand that losing weight is not about not eating. Isn't it the first thing people do if they're on a diet? They stop eating.
Yes.
That's the worst thing that you can do. And I've been doing that for a long time. Like when I say stop eating, like I'll eat once a day. I'll work hard and not eat at all. I'll stress and stuff. Like I got my food right here. Eating a fish sandwich. What was it? Whiting. And some chips. I have to look at like producing videos is my job. And I used to stay on camera for like hours. Not understanding I'm burning myself out and making myself sick and causing high blood pressure and all kinds of stuff. Retaining fluid. Oh my lord. And
Retaining
that's
fluid.
another thing, man. That's like a big thing. Retaining fluid. Sometimes you can be carrying around an extra 15 to 20 pounds just in fluid. Did you know that, husband?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big thing about me. I'm a lot of fluid. Due to not taking enough vitamins or not retaining enough vitamins. Your body wants to hold on to everything if you're not healthy, basically. So if sometimes they say if you lose weight, you could be sick. If you're not losing weight and you're trying, something could be wrong too.
Oh yeah.
Ain't that right?
Yeah. So you're looking really for like balance. Balance is very important. If you're having problems losing weight, that there's an issue. There's problem. If there is a problem keeping at a healthy weight, there's an issue.
Another key thing to me, if my hair and my nails are not growing correctly. Like, I know how much my hair should be growing per year. I know how much my nails should be growing every time I get a fill-in. I know when things ain't right. You gotta be in tune with your body. I've been taught this since I was 15 years old. Somebody taught me to be, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I saw your shadow. No, it was your shadow. We're here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, have mercy. Okay, what were you saying,
Since I was
Jenna?
15 years old, I was taught to know the signs of my body not being right. First and foremost, ladies, you need to be connected with yourself. Anything that is abnormal, you need to learn how to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if if you don't feel right, rest. Right? Rest. That means more than likely something's not going on right. Like, when I say you feel right, like, I realized I had low iron when I was always feeling fatigued, when I was always feeling, I was even going through, like, dizzy spells.
Dizzy spells? Did you tell me about that?
Yes, I did. Remember I was saying I don't feel well and I had to sit down?
Oh, yeah, I do remember now. Mm-hmm.
And you do understand I'm talking to the audience. No, I'm not necessarily saying I'm dizzy and I'm whatever, but that is what you go through when you have low iron.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
You know what I'm saying?
And what did I do? Like,
well, I had to rest. Like, that's the thing. Like, can you pass me that cup right there?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
You have to know your triggers. You gotta know your triggers for good, and you have to know your triggers for bad. So, what are my triggers for good? You thought I was gonna start off with the triggers for bad. No. What are my triggers for good? I love chocolate. Okay? I eat chocolate when I'm a little bit down. Chocolate is a stimulant. It has something called serotonin in it. It has something that helps us produce dopamine and things of that nature. Dopamine is the hormone, or I want to say, like, is it a steroid or hormone, or it's a chemical. It's something that your brain produces to make you feel nice. And I don't do a lot of I don't do outside situations to make me feel nice. Like, I do not drink. I do not do any illegal substances and things like that. I do not smoke. I don't do a whole bunch of crazy stuff to make me feel alive. So I used to tell my husband this. I used to say, I don't do anything that the average person may do to make themselves feel better. Like, I don't have any outlets like that. So after a while, I realized that it was some things that were disconnecting from me. So if, it would come out in anger, it would come out in not feeling the happiest all the time. It would come out in just want to be recluse. Recluse means like to yourself. I didn't know how to deal with things. I was going through so much stress that I didn't appreciate anything that was making me feel good. So I had to do some research and realize that I was missing out on some things. So, I did research, and chocolate was one of those things that helped with helping things get back in alignment. Dark chocolate, to be specific. And it also has magnesium in it. A lot of us, we have problems like with our cycles, like cramp a lot. We have heavy periods. We have fluid retention. We have different cravings. And usually cravings means that your body is missing something. I didn't write anything down. I'm flowing though. Hello. Get what I'm saying?
Yes.
When your body craves something and you don't give your body that something, you're going to be miserable. You're going to go through stress. So, when you're craving chocolate, when you're craving sweets, when you're craving fried foods, that means your body is missing out on something that is going to help you relax, i.e. magnesium. So that's what's happened. That's what's helped me in my older age now. I used to always want fried chicken. Like years ago, during my period, I would like, why do I want fried chicken? Fried chicken wings to be exact. They had to be fried hard too. And I would eat chicken all during my period. And then I would retain a whole bunch of fluid. And then I would retain a whole bunch of salt. And then I would have all kinds of high blood pressure. And then my period wouldn't go off. And I would bleed heavy. And I would have mid-cycle spotting. The endometriosis was getting worse. All because I thought that I had to have fried foods during that time. Fried foods. I did my research. And now I don't need that fried foods. If I need fried foods, I feel like I have to have fried foods. I feel like I have to have fat. What do I eat instead? I'll have some avocados. See, you just have to know what your body is telling you. Cravings means something is missing. Okay, so they put cravings on women. You know, I've never heard a man say he craves this. You know, I'll have a craving for some shrimp. But you're quick to say that as a woman. I want some fried shrimp. I want some fish. I want some seafood. You're probably missing zinc. A lot of seafood has zinc in it. And zinc is something that we really need, especially if you have endometriosis. You probably have low everything because, you know, it's just how it is. Endometriosis, diabetes, all these things that we can't help, that sometimes is something we have to live with, causes our bodies to be deficient in a lot of key nutrients. So it makes us crave foods that are negative, and it actually will make our problems worse. So look at your cravings as something that is serious. Cravings are serious. It's basically telling you that you're missing out something. So that's why when I was younger, I would eat a lot of chocolate, but bad chocolate, because sugars are bad. Sugars are bad for you if you have a lot of cramps, if you're endometriosis. You shouldn't have a lot of sugar, and you shouldn't have a lot of caffeine, because caffeine is a stimulant. You need something that is going to help you relax. Was that a lot? You know, was that a lot of information? Guys, if you have any problems that you would like one-on-one with me, please make sure that you check out the description of this video and email me. And I can help you through a lot of issues that you may be having. It's something that I specialize in and very passionate about health. And because I had a lot of health, what is it? I don't want to say health problems, health
knowledge.
No, I've had a lot of health tests or things like, you know, I know this because of what I've been through. You get what I'm saying? So no, I didn't just study it, but I've gone through it. So if you want something, if you like, what would I specialize in? Women issues. Women, for, you know, hormonal problems and diabetes. Diabetes is a big issue that a lot of people don't want to talk about. We're scared. And, you know, like us, like our parents used to say sugar. You know, he got a little sugar. Grandpa had sugar. Sugar diabetes. We don't say that a lot now because we're more educated on that disease. But diabetes is really a gateway disease to a lot of issues that we have. It's a gateway to autoimmune issues, gateway to, of course, obesity, gateway to heart disease, gateway to infertility problems, gateway to reproductive problems. A lot of people with diabetes have a lot of other problems down the line. And so you don't just want to look at it as sweets or sugar. It really does cause a lot of problems that can be helped, and it also can be prevented. A lot of problems that come with diabetes, it can be prevented just by changing your ways, changing some things that you may be doing. What did I do to help my diabetes not help me deteriorate quicker? because it's a degenerative disease. Diabetes is degenerative. It means it helps people get sick.
If it's not managed properly.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're reaching any people who have who are diabetics on here, but I hope that we're helping you, and I'm quite sure that we're reaching people who don't have diabetes and don't want it, right? So I think what you said was serious, you know. So, diabetes is something that could cause a lot of illnesses if it's not managed.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wish I was told that. I actually kind of knew that all of my life with diabetes. I've had diabetes for, I want to say all my life I've had it, but I've realized I had it or diagnosed with it when I was 20, I think 22 or 23.
And you know what's so awesome is we went to the doctor and they said that you aren't showing any signs that you've had diabetes for I don't know how long, since 23, over 10 years?
Yeah, because usually they say after 10 years, the body starts to show the deterioration from diabetes. The only thing I have problems with, of course, is my weight. You know, the weight is, I'm not to that point where I want to be. I've never been small. I've always been a particular size, but I've been bigger before, so I haven't been to where I was back in hair school, which was 10 years ago. I haven't been that big. I was almost 300 then. But that's the only thing I'm struggling with, and weight is serious because now that I'm in a certain bracket, a lot of people feel like, tell me, you know, I say I make 40 old, or when I say make 40 old, because I always say I'm getting old, and after 35 things happen, but it's just truth. I mean, after a certain point, your body just starts to show signs that you are getting older. So the things that I was able to do in my 20s, which is eat pizza, eat fried chicken, stay up all night, argue, fuss and fight with everybody, I can't do that now. I could do it, but it would lead to worse things like strokes and heart attacks and things like that. I don't want that. You know, and you know, you hear people, celebrities, we've hearing so many celebrities that are passing away from heart disease and strokes and things like that. And it's not really a money thing, it's really a knowledge thing. If you really don't know how serious things are, if you don't know that food, your diet, and your lifestyle contributes to a lot of health problems or health benefits, you're just not going to, you know, reap from it, right? No. You know, so much I can say, but I can't say. You know,
I think you're saying quite a bit, Jenna.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people get sick or have health problems just because of knowledge. It may not be money. That's serious.
Yeah.
It's not money.
Because people say, oh, because you have money, you know, a person with money, you know, they can do so much. Knowledge is power. Money is an avenue, yes, but, you know, I know a lot just because I've done the studies and I've actually lived it as well. Like, I know it's turmeric. I'm drinking turmeric and apple cider vinegar. There's some people who love the pills. I don't do the pills. Pills go through a situation called pasteurization and goes through a whole bunch of stuff. And when you want to make sure your sugar and your blood pressure is good, you want the liquid and you want the powder. You want the herb itself. So sometimes when we take the pills and the apple cider vinegar, it's not as strong as the actual apple cider vinegar, right?
No,
you know, it's just not. I've seen it.
It's totally different. Yeah, we thought about getting the pill.
Yeah,
for apple cider vinegar.
Because I went through that lazy stage.
Yeah,
where I just I just want to pop. I just want to pop the apple cider vinegar pill in and keep it moving.
Because it can be so easy to like pop a pill, right?
Yeah, and then I looked at the price of the apple cider vinegar pills. And I'm like, this is $20 versus $5 for the Bragg's. Like, why would I? The Bragg's apple cider vinegar is awesome. It is awesome, and I live by it. I have several videos about what I do. I don't do it every day anymore. It's not good to do every day because of your teeth and enamel. It also isn't good because it really does strip your body. It strips your body of the bad and also strips your body of the good. So beware of that. But to do it once or twice a week is awesome. And one thing about when you do natural, it sticks with you. Versus when you do things that are not natural. It doesn't stick to you. It takes a while to get in your system. Like apple cider vinegar, you take it in some water after a meal, before a meal, whatever, when you're stressed. It takes your sugar and your blood pressure down by 15 to 20 points within 10 minutes. It's like the argument of garlic pills versus the actual garlic.
Oh, wow.
You know?
What they would think, like which one is best. But we'll tell you which one is best.
It's the actual garlic.
Yeah.
I used to be an OG at it, and I used to just take garlic on an empty stomach. Don't ever do that. After a while, I started having digestive problems. And I started having bloatiness and things like that. And see, sometimes the Lord tells me to do things and I don't even know why. I was like, why am I saying this random thing about if you don't feel right, rest? I felt like it was the silliest thing. It was so simple. Yeah, and Miss Johnny said it helped it. Yeah, it helped her. Yes, rest is very, very, very important. If you actually knew what rest was and what it's for, just to give a little background on how God made us, he said we can work for 6 days in a row, but on that 7th day, you're supposed to rest. You're supposed to give one day. It doesn't necessarily have to be on Sunday. It can be one day a week. My day is usually Wednesday, but now because my life is so different, because I'm a caregiver, I don't like really talking about my personal, but yeah, I am a caregiver for a very important family member. And my husband and I, we're both caregivers. And after a while, it does become very stressful. And that's why we haven't really been able to make a lot of videos and dedicate our time to what we love, which is doing our videos and content. But God told me, to start resting, and I was starting to put myself last. I was making sure that my family member was okay, but I was starving myself from not just food, but starving myself from relaxation, rest, enjoyment. I was neglecting my husband. Our marriage was very tense. Everything we were arguing over, like a spot on the wall would be an argument like Hiroshima. And I was like, this is ridiculous. We're supposed to be getting older and better, not older and sillier. So we had to basically do a lot of soul searching and going back into our lives and seeing what is going on that we're not doing. First and foremost, we were not resting. We were getting to bed 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning and getting up at 9. And that's one thing about my body. It doesn't matter how late I go to bed, my body is automatically going to get up at a certain time. A few years ago, I was actually living off of 4 hours of sleep. That didn't last long because I started getting tachycardia. I was going into the pre-stages of heart attack and stroke. And so the first thing I had to do was I had to start taking melatonin to help me get sleep. But then after a while, the melatonin was not working, and I had to increase the melatonin. And I said, I'm not going to increase this pill anymore because it's dangerous. Melatonin is a sleeping pill. Sleeping pills are very, very, very dangerous. And one thing about the body is it grows this called what is it called? You start to get a resistance.
A resistance,
Garlic is one of those things where you don't get resistance, by the way.
Oh, that is so
Food
awesome.
is something you don't get resistance. Medicines and things like that, and even some herbs, you do become resistant to it. So then you need more of it to work, and then after a while, it does further damage. Thankfully, I was able to get my rest back, but it literally took me about 1.5 years to do it. Once you get to the point where your body is so used to not resting, you start to age, you start to get sick, and things start to happen. So I urge anybody who is having problems with sleeping to get that in check, because that is the way that our bodies heal. You cannot heal ultimately and optimally if you're up and always stressed and going. The body does not heal that way. It only heals in its restful and sleeping state. And we heal very, very well when we get the deep REM sleep. So I have a watch, and I'll actually leave the link under this video. This watch helps me take control over my blood pressure, my sleep cycle, my heart rate. Everything is right here. It's like I'm to a heart monitor. It's awesome. And I had the app on my phone. And I tell my, basically it tells me how much sleep I get. Not only does it tell me how much sleep I get, it also tells me what type of sleep I get. It gives me 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 1 star, 2 stars. And it's funny because if I get anything under 3 stars of sleep, I'm paying for it. So on days that I get 4 or 5 stars of sleep, I usually get more work that day. I'm less stressed. But when I get under 3 or 2, sometimes I'll even get 1 star, I am nothing. So sleep is very important. And I'll leave the link in this video if you want to know what watch it is. But yeah, sleep is, oh my gosh, you'd be surprised how many people talk to me that have problems sleeping. You would be surprised. Sleeping is very serious, and the non-sleeping is because of these cell phones, the lights in the cell phones and things like that. Our lifestyle is always up and going. The last thing I usually touch before I go to sleep is not my husband, it's my phone. And same with him. Our phones are contributing to a lot of problems, health problems, mental problems, problems with socialization, socialism, you know, being able to socialize with people and things like that. So we have to really, if you're blessed to be able to remember before we had cell phones, to incorporate some of those lifestyles back into your life, it will help you deal with a lot of problems that you're having today. And luckily I know how to entertain myself outside of the cell phone and social media. I know how to do that. It's very important. But yeah.
Yeah, we started playing video games too again.
Yes.
Which I think has really been fun for us.
Yes.
You can play video games on your cell phone, but it's different when you play on a computer or
TV.
Or TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Your PS4. Our PS4, it received dust. We literally did not touch anything fun for like 1.5 years. We were just miserable, you know, not with each other, but just miserable people. You know, we just wasn't fit to be around. Everything was serious, and it really, some of my old videos I can't even watch them because I was like, oh my gosh, I know the problem. The problem was I was just not eating enough, not having enough fun. And now that I am going back to what I know, which is family first. You have to have your internal family healthy before you can go out and try to help or do anything for anyone else. Right?
Yes.
And you have to know the difference that nothing on the outside is more important than your marriage. And this is anybody who's in a relationship. Nothing outside. Not mom, not dad, not even your children. Nothing is more important. And of course God is there, because God says that you're supposed to, you're a unit, right? You're one, right?
Yes. Yes.
You're my church, sir.
I'm sorry, I'm multitasking.
Yeah.
I've been working on this thing for I don't know how long, and I want to finish it.
Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'm going to do a part 2.
Okay.
I haven't even been on here for so long.
And this is like a warm-up, right?
And I don't want this video to go up more than 30 minutes.
Okay. We had so much fun, guys. Stay tuned for the second part of this video.
Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.